If I got one thing right, it was you and me.
Hello everyone, my name's Ema and welcome back to my channel, or two if you are new. And today I'm doing a little bit of a weird video. Also, please ignore that cup over there. It's probably such an eyesore. I'm doing a little bit of a different video and I am doing a reading vlog of this lovely book right here. I'm not sure if it's lovely or not. I hope it is. Otherwise, this will be technically my first rant review if I hate it. So this book is called The Stars and Stripes Between Us by Audrey Rivero. And this is a romance book, a YA romance book between a liberal boy and a conservative girl. I'm pretty sure the main character, the hero, is actually bisexual, which is pretty cool. We have that rep in here. But this could be very bad. Very, very, very bad. As you guys know, the election is coming up on November 3rd, or I hope you know the election is coming up on November 3rd. I am registered to vote. Are you guys registered to vote? You should really go register to vote and make a voting plan. I have some major stress surrounding this election. First of all, this will be my first time ever able to vote, and I'm just really nervous. This is definitely going to be one of the most important elections in my life, or I hope so. Making sure to go and vote. I have a voting plan with my mom. We're going to go early in the morning, make a day out of it, get some lunch. It's just going to be a nice day having our vote count. I really want to know if you guys have a voting plan, so let me know down below. If it's too personal, I totally understand, but I think it's so important to just go and have a plan so you're not stumbling on the last possible day. This book can either ease my anxiety or make it 10 times worse, and I'm really hoping it's easing it. Honestly, I just hope this isn't an author who is a Republican writing this book and saying, oh, well, don't let just because your friend is in a different party or your boyfriend's in a different party doesn't mean you don't have to be their friend anymore, because I hate that. I'm sorry, but I just don't want any friends who believe that I don't have rights, or that my life matters. I'm also hoping that this author isn't somebody who's guys, we just need to stop worrying about politics and just live our life. Those people annoy me as well. Obviously, if you don't have to worry about politics, you live in a place of privilege. I personally don't have that privilege, being a woman, especially a Black woman. That is my take on this. I hope it is good, and I hope it doesn't piss me off. I have a feeling it might piss me off. Really fast, I think we should read the summary. Also, guys, if this book is not like Zac Efron and Ashley Tisdale,
unlike me.
Oh yeah? Well, I don't need the vote of some tree hugger.
If you have it your way, there won't be any trees left to hug.
Next, you're gonna blame the oil companies for global warming.
Yes, because they're to blame.
Oh, cry me a river.
If I did, you'd pollute it.
You bleeding heart liberal.
Establishment puppet.
You want to kiss me as much as I want to kiss you?
I'm surprised someone as smart as you would have to ask. Well, didn't see that coming.
I don't want to read it, So this is the summary. It goes like this. He's a liberal, she's conservative. What could go wrong? When progressive bisexual MIT junior Nathan Campbell meets Marina Salinas on the hockey rink, he's immediately smitten. She's gorgeous, smart, funny, competitive. There's just one problem. She's a Republican. Unable to resist each other, Nate and Marina begin to date in secret, sneaking around Boston to explore what they both know is a really bad idea. On the bubble of their growing affection, tensions on campus are rising. When Nate's roommate tries to get Marina's friend expelled for hate speech, they'll both be forced to pick sides. Can their spark survive the storms of political division? Or will they, like so many others, be unable to overcome the things between them? Oh, guys, I'm really nervous about reading this book. But anyways, without further ado, let's just get right into this video. I hope this book is good, and if it's not, so yeah, let's get right into it. Everyone, so it is the next day, and I've read about 25%, so I decided to update you guys. First and foremost, this book is so disgusting and bad. Please do not read this. I mean, if you really want to, I can't stop you, but it is awful, and I'm just in shock at how a romance can be made into this plotline. I wrote a list of things that I liked and things I didn't like so far in the first 25%. There's only 2 things that I enjoyed, and these aren't even things that I really enjoy. First of all, they're just things to be nice, because I can't have this whole video bashing this book. So the first thing that I thought was okay was the meet cute. So both of them, Nate, who's a Democrat, and Marina, who is a Republican, they both are in individual clubs. Marina's in the conservative Catholic club, and Nate is an LGBTQ plus club, and they are both on hockey teams for their clubs. And so it starts off with them in a match together, and they're like taunting each other, and I thought that was kind of fun, just throwing that out there. Like, they were against each other and they were flirting, you know, like, you play like my grandma, stuff like that. I thought the flirting aspect was kind of cute, but that's really the only thing so far. And there's another thing that I kind of enjoy about this book, but I'll get into that later. So I'm just gonna tell you guys what I'm hating about this so far, because it's trash. So the first thing is that the author made it so Marina, who is conservative, is ambitious, productive, getting her work done, wanting to go somewhere in her life, and she's making it seem like Nate is only after sex. Like, nobody can pass Nate without him being like, ooh, like, I want him, I want her. And it's written in a way that's like, lock your children away. The gays and the bisexuals are coming after them and they won't survive it. Like, it's written so disgustingly, and it's almost biphobic in my opinion. Personally, I'm not bisexual, so I'm not gonna be out here saying like, no, this is biphobic, because I don't know. But like, if a bisexual were to read this book and were to tell me like, oh no, this isn't really biphobic, and I couldn't say anything, obviously, but like, it feels so biphobic because the way it's written is just, it's just like, there's a stereotype that's like, oh, people don't like gay people because they think that they just go after everybody. All the straight guys out in the world don't like lesbians because they're going after all the straight women in the world. And that's the way it's written, and it's so appalling and disgusting. And I'm like, why is it written this way? Why can't he be ambitious about his beliefs? Why can't he be ready for his life? They're both, remind you, they're both seniors in college right now. And so you're telling me this whole book is just him wanting the pussy? Like, obviously I read romance and I read lots of books with characters like that, but it's written in a way that's like supposed to be like biphobic. There's even like a quote in here that's like, oh, Nate is saying like, oh, he feels bad because he puts a bad rep on the bi community, and it's making it seem like he's a slut. And so yeah, it is. So why is she doing this? Why is she purposely making it seem like all he wants in his life is sex? This author, or whoever is, it's written in third person, and whoever's narrating this book is hyping up Marina to a point that it's like, girl, like, every sentence she's called beautiful, every sentence is being hyped up. And Nate, he's like, oh, he has rainbow hair, oh, he's wants sex. Like, it's so clear where this author lies and what this author is thinking. Why is Marina getting all the hype? Like, Nate is a pretty cool person as well. The author is trying to make the queer community annoying. I feel like somebody is gonna like come for me for saying this, making it seem like the queer community is really annoying. Here's a good example. I was on Twitter the other day, and there was an article that went out that was like, oh, Santa needs to be non-binary, and Santa needs to be like gay. A gay person quoted the tweet and was like, I promise you the LGBTQ plus community doesn't care if Santa is gay or not. Like, this is propaganda to try to make it seem like we want everyone and everything to be gay. And that's what it feels like reading this book. And I hope it makes sense and that I'm not sounding like ignorant, and maybe some people really do want like a gay Santa, but majority, I feel like, just don't care. Like, they literally do not care. Trying to make it seem like they aren't happy with anything and that everything needs to be changed. And don't get me wrong, a lot needs to be changed. I can't have like an specific detail, but if you read this book, you know what I mean. Like, she's making it seem like everything in this world is wrong and they want everything and everyone to be gay. So these students go to MIT, which is the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and Marina, who is conservative, she is making it seem like she's a minority to be here. Like, there's so many things. So she's like saying, wow, it's like seeing a unicorn when you see somebody with a normal colored hair. She's saying everybody on campus has piercings, everybody on campus has a different colored dyed hair, all this stuff, and she's making it seem like she's living in a zoo. And I'm just like, what? This is Massachusetts. This isn't freaking Disney World. Like, not all liberal or running around with rainbow hair and crazy ass piercings, you know? And if they were, that'd be totally fine, but you're not in the minority for this. Another thing going along with this is that she's Catholic, and so she wears a cross around her neck on a necklace, and she's like clutching her thing. She's saying that she gets looks and judgment for wearing a cross around her neck. I promise you, nobody cares, honey. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. She's like, oh, I have to look behind my back. People are giving me dirty stares for wearing a cross on my neck. They're really like, are you really wearing that? Girl, nobody cares. These are college students. They're trying to get their degree and get out. Like, nobody has time to be worrying about what's around your neck, what you believe in. Like, nobody cares. Nobody at all. And maybe that's the plot line in the story. I mean, I'm only 25% in. But, like, just on a regular campus, if you're Catholic, nobody cares. If you're Christian, nobody cares. This book should have been so much more believable. Your religion, nobody's caring about who you're preaching to and who you worship. She's making it seem like everybody here is running wild. Nobody has beliefs. She lives in a zoo, basically, is what she's saying. Again, with the stereotypes, it's just so bad. Like, Nate was walking around campus with a rainbow shirt and kittens, and you know what? Maybe that's his style, but I don't know. It's just trying so hard to be like he's gay, he's bisexual, he's 1000% bisexual. You can be bisexual and not have rainbow hair and not wear kittens on your shirt. Like, hello. Also, this really pissed me off, but this is actually the only thing that I'm like, okay, this is low-key kind of real. So Marina was talking about how she's Cuban. So when she came to this country, her parents didn't want her to have anything to point out that she was foreign. Her parents kept drilling into her mind, you're American now. You're American. Her parents didn't want her to have any Hispanic stereotypes. Her culture, her parents didn't want her to basically be Hispanic anymore. There's even a quote in here that's like, my brother started playing rugby and started swimming, and I started going to yoga class with my mom. My parents only wanted any sign of me being foreign or my family being foreign to be our skin tone, and even only then in some seasons. So her parents wanted her to completely forget about her Hispanic culture. And this, I was like, okay, so for example, one of my classes is American government, and so we debate a lot in this class. There's 2 Hispanics in my class. I'm not going to call them out or say any names. First of all, they don't even know about this channel. But there's 2 Hispanics in this class who want to forget so badly that they're Hispanic. It's so clear. Their views on like immigration and stuff is one of somebody who is racist and literally doesn't want anybody in this country. Now, even like throughout high school, there would be people who were like, wouldn't want to believe that they're Hispanic. They're white, they're American. It's kind of heartbreaking to see, and I actually kind of enjoyed the perspective of this. Obviously, I think the author is actually Hispanic as well. It's interesting because I would always think in the back of my mind, like, why are they like this? Why are they so against immigration? Why are they so against these policies? Why are they? And now I'm starting to understand, maybe this is only a fictional thing, but I highly doubt it, that when families come to America, they're like, oh, you're American now, you can't do this, you can't do that. And that just really pissed me off. And the fact that she doesn't even realize, so Marina was telling Nate about this, and Nate was like, wow, I'm so sorry about this. Like, and she's like, why are you sorry? Like, we need to adapt to American culture and this and that. And he's like, honey, there's no American culture. American culture is stemmed from white supremacists and like some shit like that. And then she's like, no, there's no evidence of that. I'm like, girl, you're literally Hispanic and you're telling me you haven't faced any racism. She says some people have been idiots towards her. I can't. And it's honestly relatable. Just from what I've seen in my personal experience, they want to adapt and simulate and be as American as possible. So I do see that. So when they've debated, Nate and Marina have debated a few times now on different social issues and different politics. And so whenever they debate, Nate is always the one having to back down and let her have it. Let her have whatever she's thinking. And it pisses me. Why can't Nate, so far anyways, why can't Nate why couldn't the author make it so Marina was like, okay, I understand where you're coming from? No, Marina is at it with the dog with the bone, and Nate is like, okay, like, well, can we agree on this? Can we agree on that? And it's just pissing me off. Like, no, why are you backing down from your beliefs? Like, no, say it with your whole chest and say what you mean. Why are you trying to appease Marina? Like, Marina doesn't care about you. Marina's saying what she believes, and he's like, well, like tiptoeing, like no, honey, say it with your whole chest. It's really pissing me off the way that he's backing down from his beliefs just to make Marina feel more comfortable and Marina to not be mad at him. Like, I'm sorry, this is why I probably would never date somebody with different ideology as me or in a different political party, because I'm not like that. I will literally be like, no, and we would never talk again. I would tell them how it is, the facts, and we'd get it moving. Like, literally, I'd move on with my life. But Nate isn't like that. Nate wants her so bad. He wants to have sex with her so bad that, like, he's willing to just throw everything out of the window and be like, well, can we agree on this? Like, no. It is very sucky. The romance is very weird. It's not like, I don't see how a romance can adapt to this. I will update you guys soon. I'm hating it so far. This is probably going to be, like, one of the worst books I've read in 2020. So yeah, I don't know why I'm torturing myself. I hope you guys are enjoying this, and I hope you guys go vote so we don't have people like Marina in office. All right, love you guys. I will be back in a minute. Hello, everyone. So it's a little bit later. I am now at the 50% mark, and I have some thoughts. So I'm sharing with you guys what has been going on in this horrid book, this disgusting book. So first off, I'm going to talk about the romance. What kind of romance book is this? Okay, so far they've just been debating a lot. They've been talking a lot about social issues and different things like that. And I haven't really seen a development of this romance. Like, Nate likes Marina because she's beautiful. But why does Marina like Nate? She said because she feels alive. But what does that mean? Like, there's no reason for them to like each other, and I really don't see it. Author's not making it clear why this isn't even a romance to begin with. Like, there's no pull, there's no relation, there's nothing there. They can't relate on anything, and so it's really all in all just a weird romance. So far, Marina has met his family, but they're not even dating yet. They haven't even had a kiss yet. And I'm just very confused at the direction this book is taking. I'm going to tell you guys about the problematic things that are currently occurring. So, number one, Marina and Nate were on a date, and they were talking about social issues as always, and they were talking about white supremacy and racism in America. And so Nate was saying, like, oh, you don't think that racism is still a big issue? And she's like, no, I don't think that, but, like, why do we have to go back and, like, relive everything? And guys, I would have walked out right then. Why would he accept somebody saying this to him? Like, are you kidding me? She's like, we don't need to go back and keep bringing it up, this and this. And I'm like, what? And she was like, so how do we prevent it then? By ignoring it? And she's like, well, yeah, basically. And he's like, okay, like, oh, funny thing, Marina actually idolizes Columbus, Christopher Columbus, you know, the one who murdered tons of Native Americans. She idolizes him, and she's like, yeah, but what he did was amazing. He founded America. And he's like, whoa, he did not found America. Like, he didn't discover this place. And she's like, yeah, but he made it so we have all these great opportunities now. He found it. Are you seriously idolizing Christopher Columbus? What? Why are you idolizing him? And another thing, her family is racist as hell. Her family is also filled with ableists. Her brother said the R word. And then when the mom was referring to Marina's roommate, Marina's roommate is Asian. I don't think they ever say, like, where she's from exactly, but we know that she's Asian. And then her mom says, your Oriental friend. And then Marina was like, Mom, you can't say that. And then her brother was like, yeah, you have to say politically correct bullshit. And I'm just really pissed off at how problematic this book is. I can't think of one thing that's redeemable about her right now. Like, we haven't even reached, like, the main conflict, but I really want to put this down. I mean, I'm not going to, because this whole video is about this book, but it's really giving me migraines, and it's really making me stressed out, because this is unacceptable. They're ableist, they're racist, they're like, what else is it? And it's so interesting because obviously people of color can be racist, and it's about, like, who's in power and whose racism actually affects it, but that doesn't mean it's nice to read about. This is a stupid idea of a book. If you're not going to have her change and grow, which I don't know if she does, but right now there's no evidence of that, then why even write this book? Obviously, it's because the author is conservative. Also, this is written, so they basically are referring to Trump in office right now. They haven't said his name yet, but they're like, mention who's in office a lot. And so we found out that Marina is actually a Trump supporter. Are we shocked? No, she's a Trump supporter. And you guys will not believe what she said. I threw my phone. I threw my phone. So she said she understood why Trump won because people in the Midwest, they have felt so ignored and neglected for so long by the bicoastals. So the West Coast and the East Coast, the Midwest has felt neglected for so long, and they really wanted somebody to give them attention. So Trump won because the Midwest felt neglected. First of all, Trump is from New York, number one, so don't see the correlation. They felt overlooked.
Wait a damn minute.
That's just bullshit right there. Marina has called Nate a Marxist idiot multiple times now, and I'm just not rocking with it. I don't understand how he hasn't said one bad thing about her, but yet she's constantly saying bad things about him. I don't get it. I really don't. This is not a beautiful romance. This isn't a romance that you want to see progress. When you read a romance book, you want to root for the characters. You want them to be okay. I wouldn't wish this relationship on my worst enemy. This is a disgusting relationship, and it makes me so angry and mad. But some of the things that are coming out of this woman's mouth, and he's just sitting there like, okay, well, can we agree on this? Can we move on? No, what are you doing? If you want this relationship to work, she has to understand, which I don't understand why she wouldn't. She's not in the 1%. Her family migrated here. I don't understand where. I just don't. I really don't. And I'm hoping I'm not offending anybody by saying this, but like at the same time, if you can look at this girl's views and be like, oh yeah, she's a good person, then what are we doing? What are you doing? Go register to vote. I swear I'm gonna end every segment of me saying go register to vote. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just really annoyed, really pissed, and I am dejected.
I don't know, I just don't think this is like great for me. I don't want to do it. I want to go home. Like, I can't take the pressure of it. But don't you think any job interview...
I have now finished, wow, I look insane. I spent all day reading this book, and I hated every moment of it. There was not one part that I enjoyed, one part that I liked, nothing. There was not one thing. And have you ever cried before from just pure anger? That was me during this book. I've cried, I think, about twice over how mad I was at this was actually a published book that the author thought, yeah, I'm really doing something with this. Like, she really thought she was doing something, and it just pissed me off to no end. And I got really mad, and I started crying. I'm gonna get into my final thoughts about this disgusting, awful, biphobic piece of shit. So I've decided my final rating is going to be a 1 star. If I could give it 0 stars, I might not even rate the book, honestly, but 1 star is fine for me. Honestly, it was so bad. I have never read a more bad book in my life. I've never hated a book more than this book, and it was so frustrating to read. Guys, you don't understand the pain I went through reading this book. Number 1, it's marketed as a romantic comedy. There was not one part that I was laughing at. Nothing was funny. I don't think people having to debate over basic human rights is funny. I don't know, it may just be me. Let me know though. Do you guys think it's funny? I don't. There was no solid story. There was no solid romance. Their romance was based off of nothing. There was no basis. They just fell for each other fast, like that. There was no connection. There was no relation. There was nothing that they could meet each other on common ground for to have a romance. In this book, I'm going to explain the main conflict really fast. The Democrat has a roommate named Tiffany. Tiffany is a social justice warrior. She has a blog where she comments on all the socially unjust things that are going on in their community, is organizing protests, and just all in all, a pure queen. And so she has been getting harassed lately by Ben, who is Marina's friend. Marina is the conservative in this relationship. she has been getting harassed by him. He made a blog just to spite her, and he's conservative and he just hates her and hates her ideas, and so he started making a blog and harassing her. So one day they're on the ice playing again, both of their teams, and Ben said something to Tiffany, or did something to Tiffany, that really pissed her off, which led to her punching him in the face. Queen shit. Obviously, violence is never the answer, but he deserved it. I'm gonna let this one slide. So after that, a few days or weeks go by and they meet again, Tiffany and Ben. Tells her to go kill herself, and that's the main issue with this book, that it was hate speech and she was just so upset. And both, it's like a Romeo and Juliet type of situation. I know I hate comparing it, but it is. Nate wants to side with Tiffany and Marina wants to side with Ben because they're both individually friends with the people feuding. And so that caused a lot of controversy, lots of fights between them. And Marina actually made an excuse for Ben, saying that he feels overshadowed by a system that wants to shut down his voice. I threw my phone again. Ben is a white, straight, Catholic male. And Marina tried to make a point that the system is, he's being overshadowed by the system and they're trying to shut down his voice. You know what? None of these characters, I couldn't empathize with any of them. Honestly, both trash. Nate and Marina. And I hate saying that about Nate because he's a king, but no, he was trash. Like, there was nothing good about him and there was nothing good about Marina either. They both sucked so much. And the story was all tone deaf. Read the room and tell me what you see going on. Not this room, it's a mess, but read the room and our social issues, matters going on in this world. She wrote this book pretty recently, in August, I believe. She published it in August. So this was after the huge cultural unrest with the Black Lives Matter. Edited it up until the last minute. There's so many things going on in the world right now, and back when she was writing this book, that she decided to go and make a romance book about this with zero romance. I can't. The biphobia was rampant. It was so gross. It was so disgusting. I can't get over how bad this it was. Like, she didn't even realize what she was doing. She was so harmful. The author was so harmful in this book. The hate speech and the racism and the biphobia and the homophobia towards the end of the book, and when I'm thinking back on it towards like the middle of the book as well, the author really wanted to villainize Democrats and liberals. It's pretty clear. I have a feeling if I were to go on her Instagram or something, which I will do, it's gonna be like independent or something, but like, she's definitely has conservative views and there's nothing wrong with that, but she was villainizing liberals and making them out to be really bad people. So Nate comes up with this grand idea to lie for his friend who is the social justice warrior, and he decides like, hey, I'm gonna lie and say that I heard Ben tell you to kill yourself. Right when that plotline happened, I knew it was going to go down. The liberals were going to be villainized, and that's exactly what it was. The author didn't need to have Nate lie for them. It's making it seem like liberals are liars. She needed somebody to lie for him, like all of this shit, and it was just so hard to read because I knew where this girl was taking it. I knew the direction it was going, and I couldn't prevent it. I was watching literally a car crash unfold before my eyes, and it was so bad. It was so clear that she was trying to make them into the bad guys. At the end of this, I really wanted to see if Marina would have any growth and come and learn something. She had no growth. You know who had growth though? The wrong way? You know who had a decline? Not growth, a decline. It was Nate. Nate had a major decline where he's changing his views, his beliefs, this and this, to fit the love of his life, Marina, which again, there was no basis for this romance at all. This was simply disgusting and simply made no sense. The time they were together, they were debating. There wasn't a time where they weren't debating. Whenever they were debating, Nate would be like, okay, like, well, can we agree on this? Can we do this? And at one point, Nate started to be like, no, you know what? Why am I conforming to her beliefs? And why am I, like, changing myself? And so Marina actually said it was so romantic when they debated because he would change his views and it was just so romantic. And then when he started pushing back on his beliefs and being like, no, listen, lady, you got it wrong, she started feeling really uncomfortable and really like, this isn't romantic anymore now that he isn't brainwashed by me. I'm just really mad that the author in the first place thinks that she did something with this book when she did absolutely nothing. I looked at the reviews on Goodreads as well. It was basically as like a 1-star rating. One person rated it 5 stars, I think. And everybody else rated it 1 star. And I wanted to make sure that when I said this was biphobic, other people like agreed, and I wasn't just speaking over people and speaking over other people's stories that aren't my own stories, you know? And literally everybody said it was biphobic and just racist and disgusting. So again, I don't know. I don't even know if those people are bi, so I can't be for sure when saying this is biphobic. In my opinion, it was biphobic as hell. The author didn't know what she was doing. She thought she was doing something. She didn't do it. She didn't do it. She completely trampled all over the lines of, hey, I'm gonna make a romance about where nobody's wrong. And also, I just checked her Instagram, and she said, I hate when people just miss my book right away. And she says she wants to comment to all those people, it's not what you think. Thinking that like she's doing something. Like, honey, you're not doing something. It's worse than what they think. It's beyond worse than what they think this is. And at the end, of course, they get together, whatever. And so Nate is basically supposed to just be in a relationship with someone who has completely different beliefs as him. She's supposed to be in a relationship with somebody who thinks he doesn't deserve rights and that his friends and family don't deserve rights. It's just appalling, disgusting. I've never read a worse book in my life, and I need to read a really good book right now because I'm just so frustrated. And yeah, check it out for yourself if you want. Do not recommend it, but I mean, if you want your own perspective on it, I definitely recommend checking it out. This book is on Kindle Unlimited, and I can't believe I'm paying this woman per page for every page that I read. Love that. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're not sure whether or not you're registered to vote, I will have a link down below and then another link so you can register to vote for more resources. So check that out. Please make your voice count. Please go and make a difference in this world. If you think that voting wouldn't change anything, I can assure you that you're absolutely wrong, and everybody needs to go and out and vote and show their support and just get their voices heard. So this book, it didn't ease my anxiety at all. It made me more anxious, more scared, and more wanting me to get out my voice and making sure that people get out their voices as well. That's all I can hope for. I mean, I'm gonna try the best I can to get out resources and help people on my small platform. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you read this book before and your opinions on it in the comments down below. And let me know if there's also any other political romance books that you'd like me to read. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.